My name's Rachel Rees. I'm the acting head at Monmouth School for Girls. I've actually been at the school for 15 years, and my previous role was deputy head pastoral, which was when I first became aware of the student voice, and we implemented that when I was the deputy head. So I think that was September 2022. We've been using the student voice since then. I think student voice in any school is crucial. I think, years ago, there was a time where decisions were all made by teachers and governors. And I think these days it's really important that students have a voice in how their school runs, what they like, what they don't like. We've always had a school council where students put forward ideas and talk to us about, things that they're happy with or not so happy with. And I think using the student voice just really gives the girls the freedom to be able to talk to us about any issues that they might have, any issues in their early infancy. Clearly, it's using their preferred method of communication. We all know that teenagers these days all have mobile phones. They love tech. That's how they communicate with each other. So being able to provide them a platform using that medium just means that they're more likely to engage and use it. And that's certainly what we found. They know what they can put down anonymously. I think that helps them, certainly for those sort of bigger issues that they want to bring to our attention that they're not sure they want their name associated with. But it's certainly helped us in sort of improving some of the systems and things that we have in school. We have lots of student council recommendations brought forward that we can discuss at our student council forum, and things like the lunch queue that's always been a sort of bit of a bone of contention with how that's run. We've been able to sort of look at how we can improve things like that. I think any school that's sort of been made aware of the Everyone's Invited platform following the Sarah Everard case is fully aware that child-on-child abuse is happening in schools all around the country. We were part of the We Don't Tell Our Teachers Estin report. We were one of the 27 schools in Wales that was inspected as part of that report. And one of the things that was flagged in that inspection, the feedback we had particularly to our school, was our use of student voice. So things like our gender agenda forum, where we have boys and girls talking about how they can ensure parity between the sexes in school, looking at the student council, looking at our PSHE curriculum and how our students feed into the content of that. So I think that was one of the highlights from the inspection, from our own inspection, that we had feedback on. And on the back of that, I think that's where we really wanted to implement student voice, just to really enhance the student voice itself. I mean, we already had good systems in place, but having this has just really consolidated that and given those students another way of letting us know what's going on in their school and in the wider community as well. We've got a great police liaison officer who comes to school to update us with things that are going on in the local community. Similarly, we feed back to her about things that have been raised, particularly in the local area, in some of the parks and things that are happening around our town. We've had an incident recently that was reported to us by some students that we have now written back to the police liaison officer to make her aware so that she can put measures in place and ensure more police presence in those areas within the local community. We also, there are 3 secondary schools within Monmouth, and I think it's been really good to be able to have an overview of what's going on and to share those issues perhaps with other local schools as well. And the next year is going to be extremely busy for us. Monmouth School for Girls is merging with Monmouth School for Boys, which means that we're going to have students on different sites. We're going to have boys and girls mixing together for some year groups. That'll be the first time they've mixed since sort of early primary school. So I think it's going to be absolutely crucial that the students continue to use the student voice, continue to feed back to us on what's working well, what isn't working well, because only by highlighting those issues to us will we be able to know what's going on from a pupil facing point of view and be able to sort of address those concerns appropriately. So I'm really hopeful that the more we keep promoting student voice and encouraging the students to feed back to us, that we'll be able to provide a really safe community for all of our students from 2024 when our schools merge.